Good evening. Welcome to Indian Polity class. Today we have a discussion on UPSC, Union Public Service Commission. Kindly remember this. Apart from this UPSC, tomorrow we are going to discuss two more topics like State Public Service Commission and also Joint Public Service Commission. So whatever the points that I'm going to talk to you now regarding UPSC, most of the points are repeated even tomorrow's class also, except with a few changes. That is the reason once you understand the concept of UPSC, understanding State Public Service Commission and Joint Public Service Commission will become so easy. And after the class is over, kindly refer to the notes that is already uploaded in our kalyansar.net website, and that will make you to understand the whole UPSC thoroughly. Now let's talk about this Union Public Service Commission. Kindly remember this, wherever you are coming across with the word Public Service Commission, this is an agency that is meant for conducting the examinations. If this body conducts the examination at the central level, that is called Union Public Service Commission. If it is conducting examination at the state level, that is called State Public Service Commission. Today, we have 29 states in India, and every state in the country has got its own public service commission. Whatever the state you belong to, in that state you have your own public service commission for conducting the examination for the recruitments of the state services like Group 1 or Group 2, or sometimes it's like engineering departments like assistant executive engineers or any other examination. Of course, that will vary from state to the state. Similarly, when we talk about the Joint Public Service Commission, this is nothing but, this is the Public Service Commission which will conduct the examination at the state level, but not for one state, but for the two states. So minimum two states will come into the picture when I use the word Joint Public Service Commission. Hence, the function of the State Public Service Commission and also the Joint Public Service Commission, both are one and the same at the state level. But the difference is that wherever I use the word State Public Service Commission, it is conducting the examination for only one state. Today, I'm just repeating the same statement. Whatever the state you are living, in that state you have your own public service commission. But whenever we use the word Joint Public Service Commission, as of today in India, there is no Joint Public Service Commission. If it is there, it will conduct the examination for at least two states. So that is the difference. So remaining topics, let me talk to you tomorrow. And today I would like to concentrate only on the UPSC, that is the Union Public Service Commission. The basic function of this UPSC is to conduct the examination for all India services and also for the other central services. When I use the word all India services, kindly remember, as of today in India, there are three all India services. Number one is the Indian Administrative Service, IAS. Number two is the IPS, that is Indian Police Service. And number three is the Indian Forest Service. But for IAS, IPS, and other examinations like central services, maybe IRS or IRTS or Indian Foreign Service, we have a combined and a common examination. But when it comes to the Forest Service, there is a separate examination conducted by UPSC because everybody is not eligible to write this examination. And in this UPSC, there is always a chairman and some other members. Kindly remember the words I am using now while discussing about UPSC. When I'm using the word some other members, meaning the constitution has not prescribed the number of the members, but the constitution says that there shall be a chairman and some other members. So hence, when it comes to the number is always decided by the President of India. And these people will responsibility is to conduct the examination. And when the examination has to be conducted, what is the schedule, everything will be decided by this Union Public Service Commission. After conducting the examination, whatever may be the examination, once the interview is also over, the UPSC will submit the list to the central government. And the UPSC, whatever the list that is given to the government, that is considered to be advisory in nature. So meaning the recommendations of the UPSC are not binding on the government. It is the government that will take the final decision. At the same time, the constitution is also prescribing that the UPSC must submit its report to the President of India. Of course, the chairman and every member of the UPSC, everybody is appointed by the President of India. And once the job is over, every year, the UPSC will submit the report to the President. And the President will place the report before the Parliament. And if there are any matters to be discussed on the floor of the House, the matter will be discussed. So these are the basic ideas of this Union Public Service Commission. Let me open the document and let me talk to you regarding the UPSC. Look at this. UPSC is the Central Recruiting Agency of India. It will conduct examinations for all India services and other central services. Look at this. You need to remember this article number 315. There shall be a public service commission for the union and the public service commission for each state. If you look at this article very clearly and carefully, the single article is talking about the service commissions that are present at both at the central level and also at the state levels. I have given something. What are all India services? Look at this. So these are the services recruited by the central government, but they are posted in the states and the salary is also paid by the states. Look at this. How many all India services are present in India right now? So there are 3 all India services. One is the IAS, I told you already. Second one is the IPS, kindly remember. And the number 3 is the Indian Forest Service. Kindly remember, when it comes to this IFS, kindly remember it is the Indian Forest Service. Now when it comes to the composition of this UPSC, there is a chairman and some other members. And the chairman and other members, everybody is appointed by the President of India. It's a very frequently asked question in the examinations like IAS or SSC or Group 1, Group 2, any examination is a very generally asked questions. So hence, when it comes to the number, that is, you know this terminology already, this is called the strength. The strength of UPSC is not fixed by the constitution. The number of members in the UPSC is left to the discretion of the President of India. The meaning is simple. Generally, there are the strength is between 9 and 11, including the chairman. Most of the times, this is the number. So tomorrow, because of any reason, if the workload increases on UPSC, then the constitution has given the flexibility to the government of India so that the president can be appointing some more members. Maybe because of that reason, the constitution has not fixed the numbers. Look at this in the examination, you should be very clear. If there is a question that what is the strength of UPSC, kindly remember that is decided by the president of India. Excuse me. Look at this. In general, the UPSC consists of 9 to 11 members, including the chairman. Look at the qualifications. The qualifications are not prescribed by the constitution, but there is a condition. Look at this. At least half of the members in UPSC should have held office for at least 10 years. Where, look at, very important, this they will ask you in the examination, not 100% of the members. If at least half the members, if they have 10 years of experience, where either under the government of India or under government of a state. So constitution has really given a very flexibility here. It need not be under the government of India. It can be under the government of any state. This is the qualification. And the remaining half of the members can be decided by the president on the advice of the prime minister. But if all the members have the minimum 10 years of experience, then there is no issue. But the constitution has given a condition that at least half the members. Similarly, when it comes to the conditions of the service, the conditions of the service of the chairman and other members is decided by the president of India, but it should not be varied to their disadvantage. Look at this. When it comes to the term, the chairman or other members will hold the office for a term of 6 years or until they attain the age of 65 years, whichever is earlier. So let me give you some explanation to you regarding what exactly is this. Say, for example, a person is appointed at the age of 56, say for example. Look at the screen very clearly. If at the age of 56 is appointed, so he will be continuing for a period of 6 years. So by this time, he is attaining the age of 62 years. Hope you are following this one. Now, in this particular case, what is happening? This gentleman is completing the term of 6 years before he attains the age of 65 years. So hence, once he completes the age of 6 years, completes the term of 6 years, immediately he'll be out. Meaning he will not be allowed to continue up to the age of 65 years. Say for example, he may have been appointed as a member or the chairman at the age of 62. So hence from here he will continue for a period of 3 years. That's it. By the time he completes 3 years, he will be attaining the age of 65 years. Meaning in case number 2, he is attaining 65 years of age first before he completes the term of 6 years. In this case, what is happening? In the case number 1, this person is completing the term of 6 years first before he attains the age of 65. So whatever may be the earlier, in the same phenomenon, he'll be getting retired. Hope you followed this one. So hence the term is either 6 years or till they attain the age of 65 years, whichever is earlier. Look at this. After the completion of the term of the chairman or any other member, they are not eligible for reappointment in the same position. Kindly observe this. What is the meaning of the reappointment? Reappointment is nothing but, say for example, chairman has completed the age of 60. Chairman has completed the term of 6 years, but he attained the age of 63. Example. Now, what exactly happens for this person is that though he did not attain the age of 65, he will not be permitted to be appointed as the chairman again. Appointing the chairman again as a chairman is considered to be the reappointment and it is not permitted. Appointing a member as the member of the UPSC again after he completes 6 years is considered to be reappointment. That is also not permitted. But appointing the member as the chairman is not a reappointment, that is the new appointment. So hence it is very much permitted. All these days there is a phenomenon that the senior most member in the UPSC is appointed as the chairman of the UPSC. But for the first time in the year 2014, the government has deviated from the tradition, and the present gentleman, Mr. Deepak Gupta, who is a retired IAS officer, he was brought in and appointed as the chairman from outside. For the first time it happened. Of course, the constitution has not provided any procedure from where you have to bring in the chairman. That's the reason why we cannot find any fault with the government. Now, so hope you understood this, the meaning of the reappointment. So I open the document again, resignation. So when it comes to the resignation, at any time, the chairman or other members can submit the resignation to the President of India. When it comes to the report, this report is called annual report. See here, whatever the points you are looking on the screen, each and every point is important for the examination. Anything may be a question. As you already seen, some practice bits are given on our site kalyansir.net. Kindly practice those questions. Look at this. So UPSC submits the annual report to the President of India and he places the report before the Parliament, and the UPSC report is discussed in the Parliament. Generally what happens, in the beginning I told you the recommendations of UPSC are advisory in nature. Sometimes what may happen is that most of the names that are suggested by the UPSC are taken for granted by the government. Sometimes because of any reason, the government may reject some of the names that are recommended by the UPSC. So during that time, UPSC in its report also mentions that the candidates who are rejected by the government. So during that time, in the Parliament, especially on this particular point, there will be a discussion. Apart from this, there will not be any other discussions. Look at this. Next one. I'm going to the next page, removal. So once these people are appointed, this is not permanent, but at any time they may be removed. Who removes them is important. Removed by the President of India. Look at this. The President can remove the chairman or any other member of UPSC if the chairman or other member is adjusted as an insolvent, or the chairman or other member engages during the term of office in any paid employment outside the duties of the office. So his job should be completely and totally to the government of India, and if he tries to engage himself in any other paid employment, that is not at all permitted. Or the chairman or member, in the opinion of the President of India, is unfit to continue in office by reason of infirmity of mind or body. Removal on the grounds of the misbehavior. Look at this. First of all, let me tell you what is the meaning of the misbehavior. Hope you can see the screen very clearly. Let me just, look at this. If the chairman or member is concerned are interested in any contract or agreement made by the government of India or government of a state, that is called misbehavior. Or if the chairman or member participates in any way in the profit of such contract or agreement or in any benefit therefrom otherwise than as a member and in common with other members of an incorporated company. Meaning is simple, they should be totally devoting their time and energy only towards the government, and whatever the salary they are getting from the government, they should be happy with that. But if they are interested in any contract in any format, either from the central government or by the state government, that is considered to be the misbehavior, and on these grounds a person can be removed. Look at this. The president can also remove the chairman or a member of UPSC for misbehavior. In case of misbehavior, the president has to refer the matter to the Supreme Court for an inquiry. Remember very clearly, if the ground is misbehavior, on whose advice the president will remove the chairman or member of the UPSC? Answer is the Supreme Court. Look at this. If the Supreme Court upholds the cause of the removal and advises so, then the president can remove the chairman or member. Kindly remember, ultimately removed by the president of India. If it is infirmity or incapacity of the body or mind, president can remove the chairman or member directly. If it is misbehavior, president is removing, but only on the advice of the Supreme Court. Look at this, another very important point. In this particular case, the advice that is given by the Supreme Court is binding. Very, very, very important. After that advice is given, the president cannot take his own decision. He has to depend on the advice of the Supreme Court. But during the course of inquiry, the president can suspend the chairman or the members. Suspension is very much permitted, but if you want to remove, that will be done only on the advice of the Supreme Court. Last one we'll see here. What are the functions of the UPSC? Simple points. The most important function is the conducting the examination. Look at this. The UPSC conducts the examinations for appointments to the All India services, central services, and public services of the centrally administered territories, meaning it is the union territories. So tomorrow, if there is a question in the examination, who will conduct the examination for the services that are related to the union territories? Answer is the UPSC. Central government jobs and union territory jobs are conducted by UPSC, but state level services, they are conducted by the State Public Service Commission. The UPSC assists the states if requested by two or more states in framing and operating the schemes of joint recruitment for and services for which the candidates possessing special qualifications are required. This will happen only when two or more states are requesting it. The UPSC also serves the needs of a state on the request of the state governor and with the approval of the president. Sometimes there may be a situation where you need to conduct the examination. Hence, the governor may request the UPSC, and UPSC cannot take it up directly. UPSC will take it up only with the approval of the president. That is the important point. Kindly remember. The UPSC is consulted on various matters related to all the matters relating to the methods of recruitment to the civil services and for the civil posts, and the principles to be followed in making appointments to the civil services and posts, and also in making the promotions and transfers from one service to the other service. See here, even at the times of the promotions also, UPSC will be consulted. And transferring from one service to the other service means what? From state service to the central service. Meaning, you might have seen in so many cases, like a person who is selected for this group 1 at the state level, He may be working as a deputy collector, or he may be called RDO, Revenue Divisional Officers. Of course, the terminology varies from state to state, but let me use the word Group 1. So a person who is selected for the Group 1 or at the state service need not be at the state service every time. There may be a possibility for him to be appointed to All India services like IAS or IPS. So during that time again, the information will be conveyed to the UPSC. UPSC will look at the performance reports of all the employees at the state level who belong to the Group 1 services, and accordingly it will recommend to the government of India, so who should be appointed, who should be promoted from state service to the central services or state service to the All India services. So meaning it is not just conducting the examination, but UPSC will also be consulted in various particular issues. Last but not least, the recommendations. The recommendations of UPSC are advisory in nature. The recommendations of UPSC are not binding. Kindly remember this, very, very important. So this is the point, these are the points related to the UPSC. See here, I have already gave you the information regarding our app. Kindly upload. So I should use the word downloads. Kindly download that app on your mobiles. So very frequently, whenever I have the new information, I'll be uploading in the our app. So whenever you open this app, you will get the latest information, day-to-day information. Try to remember that information. So the previous information may not be available because of the lack of the space. The page is a limited one. So hence, try to follow this app on day-to-day basis. Very frequently, irrespective of the time, I'll be uploading the information. So you please download this app. I already gave you the message through our social media. And tomorrow we'll have a discussion on State Public Service Commission and also the Joint Public Service Commission. Since we have finished UPSC today, those two areas can be completed tomorrow. And so we'll try to go ahead with our polity classes. We'll try to finish it up. And simultaneously, very frequently, I'll be handling these current affairs classes also. But the most important thing for me, please download that app that I gave it to you. And apart from this, a fresh batch, new batch will be started from July 1st for IAS 2016. Anybody who is interested, please join this batch at the earliest. The only thing is that, so today, as of today, the service tax is 12.36%. At any time, it may be increased to 14%. So you need to pay the balance of the amount also. That is the reason why. So you get it registered at the earliest. All the details are available on the registration column of our site onlineias.com. Anybody who is interested, please join at the earliest. The classes will begin from July 1st and it will continue up to December 31st. And whatever the fees and structure, everything that is provided, that is exclusively for the general studies. General studies, preliminary examination, general studies, main examination. Of course, that also includes the interview, civil services interview. Everything is included over there, but not the optional. Kindly remember, it is no, optional is not included. Optional, only one optional I am going to provide, that is public administration. That will be starting in the month of September, not now, but from July 1st onwards, whatever the batch I am going to start, that is related to the IAS 2016. So thank you so much for being with me, and I will see you tomorrow with some other topics. Thank you so much. Good night.